everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Steph and I do videos on home organization, decorating and family. So if that is your kind of thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to have you, and I also have a Facebook and Instagram page. So today I'm going to do a video that I wished I had watched many years ago and someone had done for me, because I would have saved a lot of time and money, and that is about how to prepare and to shop for home organization products. So basically the necessities that you need to bring with you and the research that you need to do before you go ahead and buy those organizational products in your home. So the first thing that you need to do is declutter the area that you are looking at organizing. So you need to declutter and get rid of all the things that you don't want, and then categorize all the things that you have remaining. So you'll have, say for instance, your hair care in one, skincare in a different pile, makeup in another section. So you want to make piles for each of those products. Once you've done that, you will know what size organization systems you'll need. So say for instance, if you have not very much skincare and then a lot of hair care products, then you may need a bigger storage facility for your hair care products than you would for, say, your skincare. Now that you have decluttered, put them into categories and seen what size storage systems you need, you now need to work out where you are actually going to store these items. So if you use this product every day, you need to be putting it in an area that is easily accessed for you. So if you've got something that is eye level, that is perfect, or if you're putting it in a cabinet that is down low, then you may want to put that on the top shelf because it is much easier to get to that item. This will make it much easier for you to get things out of that area, and it will make it much easier for you to maintain it. So things won't be getting left laying around the house, and it will be much neater and tidier for everyone. Now that you've worked out where everything is going to go, it is time to measure the area. So you need to be measuring the length, the width and the height of the area that you're going to be working with, and then you can work out what storage systems you are going to buy. So for instance, if you are organizing your kitchen and cookbooks is one of the things that you have, is much better to purchase something that is vertical rather than something that is horizontal, because it is going to take up much less room, leaving more room in the cabinet for the other things that you need. You may want to consider using drawers. Drawers are so much better than tubs with lids, because you don't have to lift up a tub to get to another tub that's underneath, because they are drawers. So I find them much better, and they can be stacked on top of one another, so it is using the best of the space. Another thing you could consider using is bins. Just make sure that you are buying the correct bin to fit the size area you've got, because if you're buying something small, even if it does house the products that you're wanting it to house, it doesn't allow for growth. So making sure that you purchase something that fits the entire area is going to save you a lot more money in the long run if you do decide to purchase more products in the future, because you won't have to purchase another storage system to house those new products. Another thing that I love using is hooks. So I use hooks on my doors in the kitchen, and I have used these in the bathroom in the past for my scissors and nail clippers and things like that. So I was finding that my utensils drawer was getting really full. So instead of taking up my counter space and making it look cluttered, I actually moved the products that I use next to the stove onto a cupboard that was next to the stove. So when I'm cooking, it's really easy for me to reach down and grab that item and use it. And it frees up my utensils drawer, because I have seen some utensils drawers that are just a big hot mess, and you won't be able to see what's in there. And I don't know about you, but there's some things in the utensils drawer that you don't use every day. So putting the everyday things that you use on a hook in a practical spot that where you're actually going to be using them is definitely something that I would consider doing. Now that you have worked out where everything is going and what storage systems you'd like, you need to start thinking about a color scheme. So some people may not be so fussy about that and just want something that fits the area, and that is fine. But if you want something that looks beautiful and when you open it, you are proud. So for me, if I have an area that looks beautiful, I am more likely to maintain it, because I take pride in that area and I want it to still continue to look nice. So that is one incentive for me to make sure everything is, I suppose, matchy-matchy. But basically my advice would be is just to go on Pinterest and pin a heap of products that you like, and then you should see a pattern of some sort of look that you're going for. The other thing you could consider is using the color scheme that you have in your house. So for instance, my house, there's a lot of whites and grays. So in my cupboards, I have used a lot of whites and grays, and that just makes it look more cohesive for the house and gives it a real flow. And when you open the cupboards, I suppose there's no big bright surprise looking at you because everything sort of blends in with the rest of the house. As well as making the mood board on Pinterest, I'd also advise you to consider the material that your products are made from. So if you are organizing your pantry, for instance, you don't want to be using cane baskets, and the same with your bathroom, because these are really hard to clean and there may be spills in the pantry, or there may be leakages of hair products and all that sort of stuff in the bathroom. So be practical about what you are getting. So being practical is definitely a big element. Another thing is, you may love the look of something, but is it going to take up too much of your time? Is it going to be too much maintenance for you? So I know a lot of people will buy sauce bottles, for instance, and then they'll transfer all their tomato sauce and their sweet chili sauce and their barbecue sauce into these sauce bottles, and they look amazing, but do you really have the time to do that? It's another thing that you have to maintain in the home, and organizing is one of those things that we do to make life less stressful for us in the home. So if you are adding something that needs a lot of maintenance, then that is just going to become another stress to you. So that is also another thing to consider when you're looking for that item that is going to go in your house. Now this tip here can be used for decorating as well as organizing, and that is to make a keychain. So I've made a little keychain which I have paint samples from my wall. So I just went to Bunnings and got the paint samples from there, which are the same paint as what I've got on my wall, and I've just hole punched it and put it on a key ring. Now I haven't actually got around to doing the tile samples. I was actually going to do the same thing with the tile, so I just drill a hole in the tile and put it on the key ring. Or you could even take photos of your tiles and put that on the key ring as well. So when you go shopping with you, if you are unsure that that color is going to fit in with your color scheme, then you can grab out your little keychain and have a look and see if they look good with the colors that you've got in your house. It just helps you really visually picture it in your home and make sure that it is the right color tone and it is going to be the right match for your home. So now you're all ready to go shopping. You have your measurements, you have an idea of the look that you want to go for and the products that you are going to be buying. So you know what's going to fit in your space, you know the look that you're going for, and you know what products are going to be practical for you. So now you need to start thinking about budget. And my advice to you is, it is not a race. You don't have to go and organize that whole cabinet in one day. So if you're finding products, they might have the right look, but if they don't fit your space properly, then they're not going to be very useful at all. Or if they do fit your space, but they are only just fitting the items in there, then you're not allowing for growth. So you need to be using all the depth and all the width and all the height that you can in your cabinets so that you can maximize the storage in your home. Because one day you may even want to swap products that you have in those bins, and those products may not fit. And as we change and evolve, I know myself personally has very much evolved into a much different person than I was a few years ago. My needs and the things that I do have in my house have changed. So making sure that you do purchase things that fit your area in your home. So for instance, I went to Bunnings and I purchased this here for my pantry. Now I did spend a lot more money than what I would have if I say bought it at Kmart, but I knew that that storage item would fit my spot perfectly and it could allow for growth. So that is what you really need to consider. Now, if you found the perfect storage solution, but you don't like the look of it, then you can always change it up. I do this with vinyl adhesive. I've done this in my kitchen, and I've also done this in Talia's room because I was finding that stuff that was transparent made my house look really messy. So I've used vinyl adhesive. So that's something that I do. I have seen other people use spray paint. You just got to be really careful about what you're storing in them if you're going to be spray painting items. It's not something that I would go down that road, but I do know many other people have done that. Thank you all for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. I do lots of lives on Facebook as well, so definitely check it out, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye.